I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Alright, boys and girls, so this is a bit of an exciting day. It's new Pinball Project Day. And that is possible because Ice Fever is now sold. It is going to Shane Jackson, who is part owner with Doug of Maple Pinball / Toronto Pinball Repair. And this is going to be in their lineup and in their weekly leagues and tournaments and whatnot. As a matter of fact, Maple Pinball is going to be holding a tournament in 1 month from today, because I believe it is November the 4th. And this will probably be in it, because this is going to be heading out to Toronto, well, Mississauga, next week. So that means that I have space. Not only space, I have space for a tall machine. Just got to squeeze it up into the floor joist there a little bit, as per usual. So I've decided, and who knows, I may change my mind. You'll know by the title of this video, if I change my mind or not, that it's time to bust Dracula back out. Now, if you've watched a bunch of my shenanigans, you might have heard that this machine is actually pretty close to being finished. I started this about 3 years ago. I purchased it and started the restoration. When I was restoring it, I stepped on this ramp, bent it all out of shape. I tried to bend it back into shape. It didn't work. I sent it to Chris Royalty to see if he could fix it up, but it was so rough that it was not doable. So at that point, I was on hold because he didn't have one he could sell, and I didn't have one that would work. So I just kind of was searching around. I actually called Todd Tuckey on the old telephone and talked to him and said, listen, did you throw any Draculas over the roof, and maybe do you have any parts for one? And he scoffed and said, no, you will never find that part. No, he didn't actually say that. But he sounded exactly like, who he is on the YouTube channel there. He was very jovial and jokey and was cool to talk to. So he did not have one of these. I explored every angle. I think I called or messaged Tilt, Trent Augenstein from Tilt Amusements. I scoured the earth, put on my wanted ads, and I got zero reply. But then, I think it was Chris Royalty who said something about seeing one of these ramps on eBay in Greece. So, I guess staring at this ramp for 10 minutes is not. So, let's do this. Okay. Here, we're going to use this lock bar. And I'm going to have to go down like this. Alright, so, where was I? So eBay. I went searching on eBay, and sure enough, this ramp right here was in Greece. That's right. And it wasn't all that expensive. It was like maybe 50, 60, 70 bucks plus shipping. So I jumped on it immediately. And I think it was right at the beginning of COVID. So is that true? I don't really recall. But for whatever reason, yeah, I think it was. Because it actually took me, I think from the time I ordered it to the time I got it, I think 5 months. I don't know why 5 months is in my head. But it just was taking forever, and I was just crossing my fingers that it would actually show up one day. And sure enough, it finally showed up. But I knew that it was going to be a long wait, so I had this machine. It wasn't on legs, it was on my cart. So I folded it back up, knowing it was going to be stalled and just kind of sitting there for a while. So temporarily folded it up, which ended up being folded up for maybe almost 2 years now. So I haven't looked at this thing in 2 years. I do not know. I forget what, I mean, I got a list here somewhere. I forget what's left, but it says that I need to install a new diverter, new plastic, check the castle lock post, the screw assembly loud. I don't even know what that means. Install the new wire form, of course. But yeah, look. So I got a new center plastic. And oh, screw assembly. Oh, that's the mist when it goes across. It's kind of loud, but I did completely take apart that assembly and put it back together and cleaned it, and it didn't seem to make much of a difference in the volume of that motor assembly. I was going to show you. I'm not giving up here. There's a bunch of crap in here. Here we go. New diverter. I don't remember why I got this, but probably for a good reason. So I am going to finish my Bram Stoker. I'm gonna have to say that correctly. I'll just get it out of my system now, and then it'll be saying it properly for the rest of the video series. Bram Stoker's Dracula. There we go. So this is technically should be like part 10, because most of this is already done, but it's going to be part 1 because I wasn't documenting stuff back then. And we'll see how good of a job I did a couple years ago, because every time I do a machine, and as time goes on, I do things a little maybe improved, a little better, a little differently. We'll see we'll analyze my own work from 2 years ago and see how I like it. And if there's any changes or modifications I want to make. I see just standard red flipper rubbers on there. Red works for Dracula. Purple might be cool though. So there's one thing already. So I do got some assembly required. We got some houses, some castles. So I am going to bust this guy out. I'm getting excited about this. I know this has been a lot of work, and we can go over some of those details of what I have done once I bust this out and start working on it. So first things first is I have to fold up Ice Fever and set that aside. Hire Jay, the neighbor, to help me get it upstairs and just kind of store it in the living room until next week. So new project day begins now. All right, so time-lapse time. Here we go. Center my thumb. Hey, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. My door was getting knocked on, so I had to run up the stairs and sell a couple original Xbox 360 games. Okay, so I got a little hang up here. I was folding the head down and I realized that there is no key for the headlock, and I want to be able to lock in that back glass, and also, just nice to have a lock. So I have removed the old lock, and we're gonna give Shane a new headlock as long as I have something that works, which I'm pretty sure I do. So we'll see if we got something the same length as that, which should not be a problem, because it's got this funky, I don't know what's going on here. Is that normal? Is that original, or did someone add on Robertson screw? That's a little suspect. I don't know about that. So I might have to, maybe somebody drilled out the lock and kind of remade that. But I can see how this would kind of slip over the back glass. Anyway, we'll try that. I'm going to have to finagle with that a little bit, but I'll make it work. Okay, I'm so glad I have a tag team, because I knew that would be a bit of pain in the butt. Look what I found. Old lock from tag team, but that must have just been the coin door lock. But that, see this, all the shape of all these, I don't know what you call them, arms, cam arms. I've got all kinds, and I knew it could take me forever. I found a lock, all these different style arms and lengths and widths and shapes, and that's the trick with the headlocks. So if it weren't for tag team being a donor, I would have been struggling for a lot longer. So I robbed the cam arm from tag team, which is the same cabinet, and after all that mess, and yeah, so this was somebody's hack job, trying to like finagle something that looked like the original. That's what came with the lock. More old parts. Oh, another part I thought I would try, but that didn't even fit. Here's the finished product. That is what the cam arm looks like on a Gottlieb System 80A/B. And if you look closely, it goes into the groove up top. And that is what keeps the glass from going up any higher. So now I have to throw in the glass and see if it actually locks into place as it should, but that's definitely a good start. Thanks, tag team. All right, check this out. Back glass is locked into place. I really should have measured and got some of those cam arms fabricated from a buddy or two, you know, like a Kevin or a Henry, because I have a feeling trying to find those is going to be a pain in the butt, and that's why someone was trying to make their own. But yeah, so I don't know. Do I have another System 80B somewhere? Not this cabinet style, so I'll have to just fudge with tag team or live without a headlock for now. But there's the key. Everything is all hunky-dory. Now I can proceed with the teardown. All right, time to pull out Dracula. Okay, I'm going to show you a little trick that I accidentally discovered shortly after my dehumidifier leaked all over the floor, and I mopped up the floor and I had to shuffle some machines around. Here is the secret sauce. So, what did you think? Pretty slick, eh? Okay, I've worked up a little bit of a sweat, and before I proceed, I thought we would take a little bit of a closer look here and re-scrutinize this machine. My scrutinizing eyes, 2 years ago were not quite as scrutinizing. So let's see what I see today. What I do remember is that the fade on this was very minimal. Like, look at the red. That is friggin' awesome. I'm so happy about that. All in all, let's zoom out here. That's a little too... There we go. I did stir up some dust. I apologize. It's been sitting for a while. But I am liking what I'm seeing. Typical bit of cabinet corner wear. Not really that bad though, actually. Kind of looks worse than it is. It should clean up. Cabinet area, front door looks pretty good. People definitely were sticking their quarters in over the years, and that little spot there is your thumb wear. So it's seen a few quarters. Looks like I put in a new lock. This is a bit of a monstrosity that I can see myself getting rid of. And let's see what's going on the other side here. Yeah, look at that. That's just nice red. I like it. Back is in good shape overall. Now, I didn't realize this at the time, but I bought this from a private detective and only realized it afterwards. Otherwise, I feel like my negotiating skills might have gone out the window. I would have been like all, okay, I'll just take I'll give you whatever you want, sir. But, nope, I didn't realize it until afterwards, so I was able to knock a couple $100 off, I guess you could say. I forget the exact numbers, but, let's see. Yeah, okay, liking what I'm seeing. We're gonna bust this guy open. Let's see, did I, already kind of clean up inside? Maybe. Looks fairly clean. It's often pretty crusty right around there. Oh yeah, see, I've already cleaned the playfield, LED'd it. I think I took the batteries off the CPU. Got the custom apron cards. The apron is looking nice. All new rubber. Look at that. That is looking beautiful. Oh, I think I remember the like lightning inserts. Those are typically like raised a bit or lowered or chipped. I think I remember these ones being in pretty good shape. These ones. So let's bust this guy open and dive in a little deeper. So I just got to determine, do I want to put it on legs right now? Or should I leave it in the middle you know what? Maybe I should leave it in the middle because I can put on legs easily enough. And also the legs are a rusty pile of crap right now. Looks like they never got the treatment yet. Look at this old garbage. How is that even possible? So I got to clean up these legs. Unless these aren't the legs for Dracula. And those are for Whitewater, and I never cleaned them up. Oh, yeah. These are Dracula. Well, I'm going to use them for Dracula. It doesn't really matter. That would make sense. Okay, cool. I don't need to deal with legs today. So, tag team, I'm going to just close you back up a little bit here so you're not leaning forward and straining. Okay, so there's that. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take off the wrap and we'll take a closer look. We'll leave it in the middle of the aisle because that way I can work on it so much better. And then just slip it into the zone when it's ready. All right, let's have a look. Okay, I just had to install a latch because it was off for transportation. It looks like it might be a little bit bent, but as long as it latches properly, I'm happy. But what is this? Williams Electronics Games Inc. Amusement Machine Model 50101 Dracula 2 slot. What is the Dracula 2 slot? Manufacturing date April 5th, 93, or the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you? Well, maybe. Anyway, so I am going to lift up the head now and we'll take a look. All right. Man, it's been like a couple years. This shall be interesting. Latches, no problem. Ooh. Okay. Where's the head key? Okay, forget about that. The latch is sufficient. I was going to put in the head bolt, but we'll just skip that step for now so we can take a close look. All right, let's analyze my work. Here we go. Okay, and just the condition overall too. Let's check that out. Okay, let's try and get that glare out of the way. That is horrid. Sorry, that's my ceiling. How about this side? Okay, here we go. Look at those Dracula inserts. Oh, baby. Those are maybe the nicest Dracula inserts I ever did see in my life. I knew I was hanging on to this one for a good reason. I did have one Dracula once before in the past, and I thought I got bored of it, and then I missed it and bought this back. Okay, here we go. So this is the plastic that I'm going to replace. It looks like my screw's coming out, or... Oh, no, that's probably for the ramp. That screws up there because it also does the ramp, I believe. Oh, yeah, I do remember there was a little bit of smashage going on here from where the ball gets diverted or something onto the wire form. So maybe that is the... That might be the diverter that I got a new one because it's a little bendy. So that would make sense. But we're in so close, we can't really see anything. Plus the glare, plus the glass. This is a very epic failure. Oh, I remember this string. That is holding some sort of switch or something. It's like a fishing line so that I could fish the wire out or something. Ah, good observation there. Okay, this is dumb. I'm going to remove the glass. Okay, the glass is removed, but the glare is not completely gone. But okay, so new rubbers. Looks like I went with green Cliffies for the mist, which match the playfield art perfectly over to this green Cliffy. And orange, oh, you know what? I think I remember being out of red at the time. That orange is okay, but red might be better. And if it's not too much trouble, I may switch them over to red, but that's just being picky. But these inserts are looking nice. The mist hole is in good shape. All that up there is looking good. Oh, look how that cleaned up. It's pretty sweet. So the ramp flaps are a little bit crusty. I wonder if my superfine steel wool would help, or that would just get rid of the bluing. Not sure. But looks like the ramps are pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Shooter lane. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby. I had a lot of problems with this thing. Okay, here's a post here that looks like that's going to be for the wire form, and this guy here. Yeah, I had all kinds of mist problems, but maybe when we get inside we'll talk about that. But looks like I didn't want to... Oh yeah, I was missing this whole... There's something fishy going on with this gate assembly. And you can see I ordered the correct part number spring from Marco for this, and it was not even close. But as you can see, that one's been a little manipulated, but look, it opens up the gate perfectly. So we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah. Okay, here's another post for the wire form. I don't think it'll be too much trouble to put it all back together again. There's a few steps involved, obviously. Gotta figure out what my fishing line is for. I got it even tied to the wire form so I don't lose it. What is that for? What do I got? What do I got? Am I gonna catch a big one? Or is it... Or should I be looking on the underside before I screw something up? Probably should be doing that. I don't know what's going on with that, I forget. Blue LEDs up here. Oh, yeah, I remember taking this guy all apart and putting them back together again. Yeah, okay, so everything's looking pretty cool. I don't see... Looks like I went with all original plastics because they were fine, except for the middle one. And... Oh, I do remember. This was broken right here. This plastic, but you can see I put a little piece of Lexan underneath, glued that together again. It was a very thin spot right there that got cracked, so that ain't so bad. Yeah, all right. That's pretty sweet. Maybe I'll put in the head bolt and then we'll take a look in the back box. Okay, first thing I notice is that there aren't a whole lot of LEDs in here. I don't know if I ran out, but I do recall I typically don't use colored LEDs for certain things, but under the word Dracula, I remember that looking really cool, and this blue is for the moon. Right around there. And, or is that the sky? Maybe that's the sky up in the corner. Anyway, I remember it looking pretty darn cool. And maybe I had to remove some of the LEDs around there just to not lose the effect, but I may adjust that. What do we got here? Yep, like a good boy, I did remove the battery off the CPU, and yeah, it's a, oh, there we go, focus. It's a good looking CPU. Ah, even updated the code. Bug fix CPU L1. Okay, pretty cool. How about the general illumination connectors? That is J121. That's not all burnt to a crisp. And I believe, is this the other one? J120? No, that's J115. Nonetheless, none of the connectors are burnt for the general illumination. That's pretty sweet. Now, I am pretty sure that I checked all the fuses. Ooh, there is some crispiness going on there. Ooh, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. I am not sure what is going on there. And there. That does not look like a board that I sent out for servicing, so I may send this board out and double check the fuses. But now that we're in here, let's add in our head bolt. Actually, I'm gonna get a washer too, because I like it, the way it snugs down with a washer. Okay, well, I am liking what I'm seeing so far. A couple things to do, but like I said, this should technically be part 10. You missed a whole lot of shenanigans. On the next episode, maybe we'll look inside and I can talk about some of the troubles I remember having with the mist switches and the whole screw assembly, and then we'll try and put this thing back together again, put it on legs, and yeah, that's pretty friggin' awesome. So this might be a very short series, but it's friggin' Bram Stoker's. Damn it, I screwed it up already. You know the one, the Dracula. Thanks for watching.